Welcome, my name is Kat, this is my channel Kat Can Sew, and welcome to episode 23. I'm on Instagram under Kat Can Sew, and I'm recording this on January 28, 2025. I have one new start, one finish, and about 9 projects all up, including those two. Not much is going on right now. It is a lot of just existing. I'm kind of between peaks at work, so work's pretty slow, and I'm just trying to get some sorting done. So I've been going to do this for a year. I'm trying to get rid of the couch in the stitching area, but to do that I had to kind of clear enough space that that's easily to be pulled out. So I did a solid 6 hours in there the other day. One of the things I did do is sort out all of my fabrics. So I still had most of my fabrics in the plastic bags from when I purchased them. I'm missing a few cards, so I don't know what all of the fabrics are, but I have managed to get them all sorted, separated into counts. I still need to go through and sort them by color and like opal versus non-opal, and like linen versus Evenweave. The Adas have been separated because they're a different count. But like I purchased fabric for Stargazer by Mirabilia, and I'm like, oh, I forgot I did that. And I have the fabric for Chatelain's Evening in the Park, which I think I've had for like 10 years. I didn't think I had the fabric, but nope, I have a 70 centimeter square, which in Midnight Magic, which I know I purchased for that project. Actually, I've got two. I've got one in linen and one in Evenweave. So I still need to purchase all of the bits and bobs for that, and that's going to be fairly expensive. So that might be my big stitching purchase that I do this year. As I would really like to get that started. I found the fabric for Cinderella. I found that I had 2 fabrics for Cinderella actually, again by Mirabilia. The Stitches and Spice, which was the company that all of these fabrics are from, are the ones who introduced me to both Mirabilia, Lavender and Lace, and Chatelain's. But yeah, I've got a really big, at the moment I had everything like squished into one tub. It is now in 2 tubs, much easier to see what I have. And hopefully that will enable me to work on some of those projects that I have fabrics for, or start projects because I have a fabric I can use. It's better. Quick update on the fire situation. Eaton fires, which are the ones that are close to us, are now like 95-97% contained. We did have a little bit of rain on the weekend, so that helped. My friends who did lose their house were missing a cat. That cat has been found. So Willow was the missing cat. She's got a little bit of singeing on her ears and a little bit of singeing on her side. But overall she's doing pretty well. She's a little stressed out, but you know, she wasn't home for about a week. She was a little dehydrated, stuff like that. So, but overall she's doing okay. So like, let's take the good stories where we can get them, right? So let's get into my projects. First up, I have my finish, which is a ceramic tree by Mill Hill. I did about 150 stitches. I didn't have a lot left on this. Nope, I did 670 stitches. I don't know how many of those I did after the last whip parade. But I was mostly working on this while watching the community meetings they were doing for the Infire. Then I'm going to show these mostly in order. So first up we have, so I'm calling it Mickey Villains because I had Mickey Heroes and now I've got Mickey Villains. This is, I think it's like listed as Pixel Mickey 2 on Etsy. It is by Owl Cross Stitch. Here is the pattern, cover image, and here is where I'm up to. The light is just blowing out this color so bad because it's green. It is a lot brighter. It's not quite so yellowy and washed out. So I finished Drusilla, and I did 255 stitches. I'm up to 1065 and 10%. That was my first 10% wheel project. Next up is Dragon Dreams, Dragon Virtues. This was a website freebie from 2002. It is no longer available. That website is very barely available. There are still some of the freebies on there. Unfortunately, none of the year-long finishes. So this one, or the Birthstone Fairies. So last time you saw this, there was half of Generosity, and that was kind of it because I'd unpicked everything else. But I managed to get 966 stitches done on this. So we have finished Generosity. This is stitched 4/2 on whatever count this is. I think it works out to be like a 9 count with 2 strands of 3371 as the outlining, and then I have got about half of the moon done. This will be repeated 4 times. So unfortunately, when I kitted this, I cut the threads really short. They're about 1 yard long. So I'm only getting between 25 and 30 stitches done before I have to change the thread. And in watching a different video, I think it was Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and he mentioned that his ADHD brain doesn't like starting and stopping, like so having to move the project and the hoop. And I'm like, I think that's why I don't like starting and stopping threads, because I can't just sit and stitch. So I think that's why I am the crazy person who cuts my threads at 2 meters long, because then I can get like 100 stitches done and like 80 stitches done, and much less starting and stopping. So all of you crazy people who tell me that I'm insane for my long threads, I think I worked out why. So that is now at 7% and a total of 1856 stitches. Next up is Aurora's Castle. This is by Pixel Stitch. I got this off Etsy. And this is where I am at. I'm actually sorry for the hanging thread. It's just, I forget why I have hanging thread. Oh, because I need to do stuff further down to make it work. I did 849 stitches. I am now at 1074 stitches and 21%. This was on my 2500 to 10,000 stitches wheel. The fabric is Aqua. Again, it is being washed out by my light today. Needle Minder is by Midnight Spell Designs. They changed their name. So, and that is in the next stitches bag. So most of these are getting put into storage until they come back up on the wheel. Next up is my new start. So we traveled to San Diego, not last weekend, the weekend before, by train. So smooth, so easy. But I had finished my small project that I use for travel, so I had to start a new one. So I started Ice Cream Sundae by Mill Hill, and I got 121 stitches. I did this on the train on the way home. Unfortunately, on the way there we were sitting backwards, so I couldn't work on it. This one is only like a total of 1,000 stitches, so it shouldn't take too long. And like 150 or something of them are beads. So, but I literally finished my thread 5 minutes from the station. It was perfect timing. So that is already at 12%. We'll probably see a few of the Mill Hill projects change through the year. That is my one exception on my no new starts rule or decision. Mostly because this size Mill Hill, this bag's perfect for putting in my bag for Disney, my bag for work, for traveling, because this is good for working on in airports. Anything bigger is just, I take them with me when I'm traveling for more than a few days. But for something for working on trains and planes and airports and things like that, the Mill Hills are perfect. Okay. Next up is Celebrate All Year by Black Needle Society. I worked on September, which is the Velociraptor Awareness Month. And I did... My computer with all my numbers is over here. There we go. So I did 458 stitches. This was on my under 2,500 stitch wheel, which my goal is 20%. We're at 41% and a total of 913 stitches. I am doing all the greenery, and then I will go through and do the dinosaurs next. I'm doing kind of every one of these projects a little bit differently. Some I'm just doing, you know, by color. Some I'm doing by section. I just like the idea of doing all the greenery and then having the dinosaur kind of starting to peek out of it. So, my next one on that wheel is August. So you'll see that on the next video. Needle Minder on that is by the Black Needle Society one. Black Needle Society, that one is from... I'm not sure if they still have it on the vault. That is the Mixed Master one from the Crazy Kitchen stitching box from January a couple of years ago. Next up is Frogwarts. So I worked on year 1. This was on my between 10,000 and 25,000 stitches project, and so here is the cover. Trying to get it so it's not quite so glary. My ring light's really not doing me good today. I think it's just because it's so gloomy. But here we are. I finished Hedwig. Yeah, I finished Hedwig. I started on the Hagrid's umbrella and the sorting hat. Though the next thing I'm doing is actually a couple of jelly beans on that. But I did 545 stitches, which got me to 10%. I'm now at 1,079 stitches. So, long way to go. I am struggling a little bit with this project at the moment, but we'll keep plugging along, get them finished. The needle minders are from Black Needle Society, from the Year 4 box, and from Live and Die LA. This is stitched on a French Vanilla Mistake by Live and Die LA. Next up is Royal Games by Mirabilia. Royal Games 1, so this is Queen of Hearts, Queen of Spades, and this is being stitched under my pre-2020, no, 2023 starts, because this is when it was started. So this is getting 1,000 stitches, and here we go. I've only done 156 stitches on it so far. I only pulled this out yesterday morning. So I got this bit done, and filled out a little bit more of the leaves. I am trying to decide if I want to do the metallic last or if I do the metallic as I go. I am going to use the Krennic because I have the Krennic. But I will be beading last. So there she is. Not a ton more. She'll be out again next week or next fortnight, as I've got about another 850 stitches to do on her. She is also stitched on, she's stitched on French Vanilla Mistake or blank canvas. She's also stitched on French Vanilla Mistake by Live and Die LA. That is slightly better. I'm trying to fake the white balance on that one. It is a very pale, like yellowy vanilla colour. And then last but not least is Bookworm Fairy from Heaven and Earth Designs. I worked on this last night, or yesterday afternoon. I got, I think, 450 stitches done. I got 441 stitches done. I'm at 56%. This is on my over 25,000, so it is aiming for 1%. I'm actually going to aim for about 1,000 stitches. I did the outline over here. I have finished, and then I'm just filling in over here. It's not super noticeable at 450 stitches, but I'm looking forward to seeing it start to fill up over here and get more of this outline done. This is stitched on a Stitches and Spice 28 count Jubilee. Still no idea on the colour. It might be Fairy Forest, it might be Splash, I don't remember. I think I did. This could be Fairy Forest. It has a slight pink to the fabric. But I'm really not sure. Unfortunately, I lost the information on this years ago, so that is all I have stitched on. I have no haul because I am consciously not purchasing things. Otherwise, I think that's it. It is going to be a bit of a crazy fortnight. So I have a super important interview on Thursday, so wish me luck. And oh, I did finally look at the comments from my anniversary video that I was doing the giveaway of the Universal Monsters scissor fobs. The only comment I got in regards to those was from Susan Coote. 6654 in regards to Dracula. So if you contact me, Instagram's probably the best bet. With your address details, I will ship that out to you. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Do all the YouTubey things, like, comment, subscribe. I'm not sure what's going on with the light today, so I may have to try my setup a little bit different again next fortnight. And I'll see you in a couple weeks. Ciao.